Hello children, welcome to our English 4 Quarter 1 Week 4. For this week's learning competencies and objectives, you have to compose appropriate sentences for clarity and coherence, and in able to do that, you have to distinguish between mass and count nouns, as well as identify and categorize nouns as singular or plural, differentiate singular and plural subject personal pronouns, identify regular and irregular verbs, observe correct subject-verb agreement. Let's have first our short review. So you have to answer this. So you will use the pictures below to make compound words. What do you think is this word? How about this number 2? Number 3? 4 and 5. Now let us try to check your answers. Alright, number 1, the word is fireman. Number 2, raincoat. 3, sunflower. 4, dragonfly. 5, seahorse. Very good. Alright kids, I prepared here a rap about nouns. Alright, so the rap goes like this. Noun is a name of a person, place, events, and things. So with animals. Yes, yes, yo. Again, what is a noun? Noun is a name of a person, place, events, and things. So with animals. Yes, yes, yo. Break it down. Alright children, look at this. Here are the example of nouns, and as you can see, there is singular and there is also plural. When we say singular, the noun is only one, and plural, they are many. It's more than one. Example, bird, the plural, birds. Fairy, fairies. Leaf, leaves. Child, children. Here are more examples. Singular, bag, plural, bags. Axe, axes. Church, churches. Brush, brushes. But if you will try to study the words, they are shaded in color yellow. Those nouns in yellow shade are nouns that we call regular nouns. Okay, so how about those nouns in blue shade? Example, fairy, fairies. Loaf, loaves. Child, children. If you will try to analyze in forming the plural of nouns in yellow shade, we just added the words with s or es. So if the noun ends with x, ch, and sh, those are nouns that are called regular nouns. And if the noun, like for example, fairy, it became fairies. Loaf, it became loaves. Child, it became children. Those are irregular nouns. If you will try to analyze the word fairy, we change the letter y into I and we added es to form its plural, fairies. The word loaf, we change letter f to v and add es to form the plural. Child, of course, the plural of child is children. Can you see now the difference? Very good. Now, let us try to see if you really understood the lesson about singular and plural nouns. And if it's a regular or irregular noun. Look at this. The word is butterfly. Is that singular or plural? clowns, pencil, children, bag. Okay, let us see if your answers are correct. Alright, butterfly, it's only one. That is singular. What kind of noun is that? That is irregular. Okay, clown, clowns, plural. That is a regular noun. Pencil, that's singular and it's a regular noun. Children, plural, it's also a regular noun. Bag, singular, regular noun. Did you get the correct answers? Very good. Now, how to use the nouns in sentences correctly? For the subject-verb agreement, use is for singular and use are for plural. Example, the bird is flying. How many birds are there? Correct, it's only one. Therefore, we will use is. The fairy is singing. How many fairies? Only one. So, we will use is. How about this? The birds are flying. How many birds? Alright, there are many. Therefore, we will use are. The fairies are singing. The noun is fairies. And of course, that's plural. Therefore, we will use are. Number 2, the verb should be in S form if the subject is singular. For example, the leaf falls slowly. So, how about if the verb is in the base form, or say the noun is plural? So, if the noun is plural, the verb should be in the base form. For example, the leaves fall slowly. Alright. Okay, for me to know if you really understood again about nouns, I would like you to read and understand the story, and you have to write all nouns that you encounter in this story. Rovi Ann's Birthday by Glovic R. Bustamante. Rovi Ann is very excited because it is her birthday. The Rilera family will celebrate it on the beach. Mother wakes up early to buy the things needed for cooking food that they will bring to the beach. She goes to the market early to buy fish, fruits, and vegetables. She also goes to the market to buy the things she needs for cooking. When she returns home, she cooks the food to be brought to the beach. Rovi Ann prepares the spoons, forks, and knives. She also prepares the glasses, plates, and saucers in one container. She also prepares fruits like bananas, watermelon, and mangoes in another container. Everything is ready, and everybody is excited to go to the beach. They even bring their pet dog Blocky with them. Alright, I would like you to write the nouns that were used in the story. I'll give you 5 minutes to do it in your notebook. Alright, for your brain exercise number 2, you will list all the nouns that you encountered from the text that you just read. I will give you 5 minutes to do it. Okay, moving forward, I guess you're now ready to answer the comprehension questions for your brain exercise number 3. So here are the questions. Who will go to the beach? Where will the Rilera family go? What are the things that they will bring to the beach? Aside from the things that they will bring, what else do they bring with them? What occasion are they going to celebrate on the beach? Okay, so here are the answers to the brain exercise number 3. Number 1, Rilera family. Number 2 is beach. Number 3, here are the things that they will bring. Number 4, pet dog Blocky. And of course, number 5, they were there to celebrate a birthday. Okay, now let's have a little recap. What are nouns again? Nouns are names of persons, places, things, animals, and events. Nouns can also be singular or plural. Like what I taught you in the rap. The rap says, noun is a name of a person, place, event, and thing. So with animals. Yes, yes, yo. Let us try to deepen your understanding about nouns. So here are more examples. You have to study the table below. Okay, now what is singular noun? What are plural nouns? As shown in the given table, how do the nouns form their plural? Correct. The nouns formed their plural by adding letter S. Correct. So for example, mother, the plural of mother is mothers. Market, markets. Container, containers. Dog, dogs. Alright. How about this? The table 2, singular nouns. Example is ferry. It became fairies. Story, stories. Elf, elves. Loaf, loaves. So how do we form the plural of these nouns? Correct. We form the plural of the nouns by changing Y to I if the noun ends with letter Y, and add ES to form the plural. If the noun ends with letter F, change it with V and add ES. Like elf, elves, loaf, loaves. Okay. Okay, for table number 3, singular nouns and plural nouns. Singular noun child, it became children. Tooth, teeth. Foot, feet. What can you say about it? How those nouns plural were changed? Okay, yes. They were changed by changing the spelling itself. Like the tooth, it became teeth. Show me your teeth. Alright, very good. Those are your teeth. How about your feet? How many are there? 2. Very good. Moving forward, we also have what we call count and mass nouns. So when we say count nouns, these are nouns that can be counted. You can count them. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'm just joking. Alright, so when we say count nouns, these are nouns that can be counted. Example, ribbon, a car, pen, cup, balloon, books, box, umbrella, and bags. Can you count them using your hands or your fingers? Of course you can. So those are what we call count nouns. But when we say, and here are the examples of mass noun. You cannot count them using your fingers. Example is milk, water, tea, honey, bread, milk, coke, meat, soap, chocolate, cheese, furniture. Another example for mass nouns: salt, rice, flour, coffee, soap, chocolate, hair, rain, beer, cement, soda, oil, furniture, cereal, pizza, juice, toothpaste, milk, bread. Okay, so those are mass nouns. So I guess you now understand what count and mass nouns are. So I would like you to do this activity. Can you see the pictures on the left side? Okay, you will write or you will place them on the correct table. If they belong to count nouns, then you have to write it here under count nouns. If it's mass noun, then you write it here below mass nouns. Okay. So let's study about singular and plural subject, personal pronoun. So then, what are pronouns? Do you know what pronouns are? Okay. When we say pronouns, these are words that take the place of nouns in a sentence. And it will allow you rather to avoid repeating the same nouns over and over. They help make sentences smoother and less repetitive. Examples of pronouns are you, he, she, it, we, they, me, you, mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs, and many more. So for the subject personal pronoun example we have here, you will notice that Jonathan is repeated from the first sentence up to the last. So you can simply change Jonathan into a pronoun he, because Jonathan is a boy. So instead of repeating his name, you may change it by using the pronoun. For example, this is the final output. Okay, are you done watching it? Now, what is one? What did you observe? Very good. The name Celia is being repeated. So, it should be written this way. You change Celia to she. Very good. Okay, I would like you to do this activity for brain exercise. Number 5. You will just rewrite the story and change the repetitive noun into their pronoun. So here are the comprehension questions. Who went to the grocery store? Who smiled at mother? Who asked what mother needed? Who were willing to help mother? What are better than junk food? Okay. So here are the pronouns. We have first person, singular and plural. First person first, second for second, and the third. What is the singular? Of course, I, you, she, he, it, we, you, and they. Okay. Alright. For you to understand more about the nouns, I prepared here an activity for you to do. So, the instructions, complete the sentence by writing the correct personal pronoun. For a pronoun that we are referring to a boy, we address him he or sir, right? If it's a girl, she, or if married, Mrs. Okay. For another activity, I would like you to think of a noun that will fit into these phrases below. Alright kids, since you already understood what nouns are, welcome to our new lesson about verbs. What are verbs? I composed a song for you, enable for you to understand easier what verbs are. Are you ready to sing? Okay, so the song goes like this. Verbs are action words. Verbs are action words. You can move and dance. Verbs are action words. There are present tenses. There are past tenses. There are future tenses. Verbs are action words. Sing, song will sing are action words. Ring, wrong will ring are action words. Write, wrote will write are action words. Bring, brought will bring are action words. Verbs are action words. Verbs are action words. You can move and dance. Verbs are action words. Alright, from the song itself, what are verbs again? Correct. Verbs are action words. What are verbs again? Can you tell it? Very good. Verbs are action words. Since you now understand what verbs are, I would like you to read this passage and take down all the verbs that you can see in this passage. Okay, I will give you 5 minutes to do it. Okay, so there are also verbs that form their past but do not change their spelling and instead retain the same spelling as the present form. So from the song that we sang a while ago, there are present tenses, there are past tenses, and there are future tenses of verbs. So in this passage, it is explaining that there are the what we call irregular verbs. When we say irregular verbs, these are verbs wherein we form their past by sometimes changing the spelling or sometimes the spelling retains. So here are the examples of irregular verb. Present, hit, past is hit. Read, read. Put, put. Cut, cut. Alright, so when we say present tense, these are tenses that is happening at the moment. When we say past tense, these are past tense or these are tenses wherein the action occurred or happened already. Now, I would like you to understand this properly. You have to remember that if the subject is singular, the verb should be in S form. So when you say subject, the one that we are talking about in the sentence, in Tagalog, pinag-uusapan. So, example, the girl runs fast. We formed the verb in the S form. Why? Because the subject girl is singular. Next, if the subject is plural, the verb should be in the base form. Example, the girls ran fast. We did not add anything in the verb run. Next, if the action happened already, your verb should be in the past tense. Example, the girl ran fast yesterday. When did the action happen? Yesterday. Is it done? Yes. Therefore, your verb should be in the past form. Alright, for us to see if you really understood our lesson, I would like you to do this activity. You will just encircle the correct form of the verb and choose your answer from the parentheses. Okay? Remember, if the subject is singular, the verb should be in the S form. However, in every rule, there is an exemption. If we use the pronoun I, the verb should be in the base form or past form if the action happened already. Okay, guys, now look at this. So you will do this activity. You will put a check mark if the verb is a regular verb and X mark if not. But wait, what are regular verbs again? We say regular verbs are verbs that follow a consistent pattern when conjugated in the past tense and past participle. We simply add ed and d to form their past tense. But of course, if we don't do that, we change the spelling, or if the spelling is still the same while we form the past tense, then that is an example of irregular. Again, I will repeat, regular verbs, we form their past tense by just adding d or ed. Okay, please read these sentences and try to study it carefully if the subject-verb agreement is correct and how did they use it. Okay, next. Now, I would like you to read this story and you will answer some questions later based from this. Okay, so here are the questions. Answer this questions in 10 minutes. Alright, so another text for you to read and do the same. Take down notes, all of the verbs that were used in that passage. Okay, please review for your quiz about nouns and subject-verb agreement. Congratulations and mabuhay. Okay, so do this activity correctly. Please read the instruction or directions carefully. You have to answer these two. You have to supply the appropriate verb to complete the sentences. So with this and this. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that you learned something from us today. Again, what did we study? Very good. Congratulations.